Hi, everyone, and welcome. Hi. Today, we are going to be talking about the top 10 mistakes that you might be making that are stifling the growth of your business. Now, these are going to be things, some of which you probably never thought of before, that might be holding you back from reaching those revenue targets, those goals, and that growth in your business that you really want to achieve. If you find that you're going through any of these or experiencing these in your own business, feel free to reach out to me. Come and join our free Facebook group. I'd love to have a chat and I'd love to help you through these. So let's dive in. The first thing that you might be doing that can be stopping the growth or holding back the growth of your business is not having a plan. Flying by the seat of your pants in your business can get you through the first few years, and I've seen it time and time again. The first 1, 2, maybe even 3 years, you can grow just because you're new. After that, though, if you don't have a plan, the wheels will start to fall off. You will see client numbers dwindle. You'll see your revenue dwindle. You will get on that feast and famine roundabout where you don't know what is coming into your business from one month to the next. That is a place that you don't want to be, particularly when it is so easily fixed by having a plan. That plan will outline your offers, it will outline the marketing that you're doing, and it will outline how you will grow your business over time. So, my friend, if you don't have a plan, get one. The second thing that you might be doing that could be holding back the growth of your business is focusing on those small details. It can be really easy for us to get sucked down into those minute details instead of doing those big important tasks that will actually move the needle forward in our businesses. When I was running my practice and I had limited time, I had clients back to back every day. So the time that I had for marketing and business strategy, business growth was quite limited. When I would sit down to do these, I would always look at what I had on my to do list and go, right, what is the task here on this list that's going to move the needle forward the most right now? And that's where I would start. And I recommend that you do the same. We can get bogged down in those finer details, adjusting the little words on our website or updating our Facebook profile. But none of those are going to bring clients in the door right now. They're not going to move the needle forward or put revenue in your bank. Look at those things that you need to be doing. Bringing out your new programs, your packaging, sending an email to your list, promoting your latest offer. All of those things are actions that can move the needle forward and bring revenue into your business right now. So focus on those. The third thing that I find, particularly in our community, we're really heart centered. And we are people that really work from the gut, work from our intuition, which means that we can be sitting and waiting for inspiration to hit before we actually do something of use. Now, that might sound a little bit harsh, but I've seen this so much. Entrepreneurs that might have an amazing idea, amazing offer, they might have an idea for a program or a new package, but they sit on it. They don't make the effort to bring it out. They can get stuck on little things like the name. No, I can't move forward because I don't know what it's called yet. And I know you're smiling to yourself right now because you know people or yourself that have done that. The big issue is getting that thing out there, whatever it is. You can't sell what you haven't created. The name will come. So don't sit waiting for inspiration to hit. Do the work and get it done. The truth here, and if you need a little bit of a mindset kick here, if you were working in somebody else's business with the responsibility of launching these great new offers, for example, you wouldn't be stuck on the name. Someone is paying you by the hour to get these things done, and you would nail your way through that work step by step by step. You need to afford yourself the same respect and get those tasks done. Number 4, the one that can be holding you back, and I have to say I've seen this a lot in the last 12 months, is pushing for an offer or holding on to an idea that you love, but that nobody actually wants to buy from you. This can happen a lot. We can have a great idea and think, wow, this is going to be amazing. And we can put time and effort and money into creating it and then find that nobody wants it. Instead of changing it and making it something they would want, or if it really is not going to sell, giving up on it and moving on, we can really keep flogging that in the hope that someone would buy it. No amount of amazing marketing is going to fix a bad offer. And if you happen to have one of these in your office suite, it's time to put a big cross through it and let it go with love. You've put time and effort into it. You've learnt some amazing things, but it's time to let it go and move on to something that could be more lucrative in your business and bring that growth that you're looking for. On to number 5. Now, number 5 is about your messaging. If you have very vanilla, okay, it lacks energy, it lacks punch, it lacks emotion, it doesn't hit people right here. Some people call it wishy-washy messaging. If this is you, this is a change you need to make. This can really be holding back your success because people don't connect with vanilla messages. If your messages aren't making sense, your ideal clients won't be able to see themselves in it and won't be able to align with it and come and work with you. So you need to make sure that you're very clear and punchy and stands out. Number 6 I have for you, and this is a really interesting one. And this comes from a long time ago, back in my corporate career, when I had a friend who was an entrepreneur. And this friend was looking for their $1 million idea. This person had a business they were running, and it was an excellent business. And it was a very novel idea, actually. We'd meet for coffee really regularly and dinners, and we'd always chat. And this person would be forever focused on, where is my $1 million idea? What is it? I have to have a $1 million idea. And across the course of these conversations, I slowly got the point across that actually you already have your $1 million idea. You're ignoring it, trying to find the shiny object. And this was a light bulb moment for this person because they're like, oh my gosh, that's it. I'm sitting on my $1 million idea. And I have to say, in the years that followed, this person did grow their business, and actually very quickly it did become a literal $1 million idea. They started turning over multi-millions in their business. So I ask you, where are you neglecting your own business and your current offers in the chase for the next $1 million idea? Are you doing that? You might not be, but if you are, have a good look at it. If it is a great idea, bring it into your office suite and make it happen. If it's not a great idea, put it to the side for now. Put it on a list somewhere and come back to it later. Focus on your business and getting those offers you already have functioning really, really well. Number 7, and I know you're going to think, oh, you've said this before, and I have. Number 7 mistake that you might be making that is holding back the growth of your business is not being consistent. And that is not being consistent in the work you're putting in to work on your business, not being consistent in your marketing, not being consistent in your messaging. Well, consistency is key across so many different areas of running, marketing, and growing your business. So have a think about where you're not being consistent and how you can adjust that. Number 8. Number 8, my friends, is impatience. Impatience, not giving it enough time. Not everything happens overnight, and I guarantee you that every overnight success you're looking at and comparing yourself to was years in the making. There are very few real overnight success. Things take time. I've had entrepreneurs come to me with a great idea, a great offer they've put together, and they've literally said to me, oh, I put it in a Facebook post once and no one commented, so I didn't bother doing it. That is not an idea that is tried. Be really conscious about how much time you are giving your ideas and your offers. Are you giving it enough time? Are you giving it enough marketing? Are you giving it enough focus? These things don't happen by themselves. A new product, a new package, a new offer, you really need to look at it as a launch and give it a 6-week marketing plug. I know that sounds like a lot, but it's taking somewhere in the midst of 30 times someone seeing what you have before they come and work with you. That doesn't happen from one standalone social media post. You know, I always think back to when I started my naturopathic clinic, and there was somebody I was friends with at the time, and I was working really hard to get this off the ground. I was literally only in my first month of business, and this person said to me, how do you know this is even going to work? And without even thinking, I turned around and I said, because it will. I know it will. I was so blinkered, I had one lane, and that lane was success. There was no other option. This business was not going to fail. And I think, too, the space that I was in at the time, I was a solo parent. I was on the back of a very traumatic divorce. I had to make this work. My kids and I needed it to work. It was the income source I had available. So failure was not an option. And because failure was not an option, I made it successful. And that comes back to giving it enough time. Okay, so put your offers out there. It does take time for them to get some traction, and it can get time even when you start to get traction to get your offers right. So if you know that the offer you're making is the right transformation for your client and that it's the right solution, then keep at it. Now, number nine, the reason you may not be getting growth in your business is because you are jumping. Yes, jumping. The kind of people here we see that one week they're talking about this niche, the next week it's a different niche. One week their main message and their transformation statement says something, and the next week it's something else. You know these people because you've seen them, and you would think to yourself, wow, they've changed again. Some people I've even seen in our realm change their business names regularly, change their website, their domain name. They change literally their entire business because they've had another bright idea. This is not going to help you to build your business and build a following. It can take a few years to start to get traction. You could be just on the verge of that starting to pay off for you when you change. What if you've just changed your niche or just changed your business completely, and then clients start to look for you? I have had this happen actually, where I've gone to recommend people to my clients, VAs, web designers, that sort of genre. And when I've gone and looked these people up, they're actually no longer a VA or a web designer. You know, someone was a coach and someone was something else completely different. So I think stay the course. If you know what you do is important, and if you love what you do, stay the course. Now, number 10 is a bit of tough love, because this is something that I see so many entrepreneurs in my audience do, and that is avoiding the tasks that could make you the money. When I talk about these tasks, I'm talking about things like following up on leads, sending regular emails to your list, talking to clients and reactivating clients that you've previously worked with. Okay, so it's not enough to do a challenge online, say, and get 100 new leads in and just hope someone works with you. We are in the age of personal outreach. You need to be reaching out to each of them and touching base. What did you think of the challenge? What did you learn? I've got this great program. I've got this great package. I've got this great offer. Do you want to come in? It's about using that list that you've been building. I know so many of you are not sending regular emails. You need to be emailing your list every single week. Emails is the best opportunity in this current market to get seen and to get your message across, so start using it. Have a think about where you're not following up on leads, where you're not responding to emails quickly enough, you're not responding to phone calls. Is there spaces where you could be reactivating old clients? In my clinic, we used to do a reactivation campaign every 3 months, and we used to reactivate anywhere between 50% and 80% of the clients we'd finished working with or that we hadn't seen for a while. That is a huge benefit to the business, and I really recommend you start a process of doing that in your business as well. So that's all from me today. I'm just going to wrap up by saying there are so many pieces of gold in today's episode, in those 10 things that you might be doing that's accidentally stopping the growth of your business. There's two sides to those coins. So if you are doing any of those, flip it. If you're not following up on leads, start following up on leads. If you're not reactivating your previous clients, start a reactivation campaign. If you're not getting those big tasks done and focusing on the small, well, you know what I'm going to say. Go and focus on the big ones. Get those big things done. I hope you've enjoyed today's episode, and I hope you've gotten some great benefit out of it. I look forward to seeing you again soon.